most talented ones are sometimes the most trouble. I think that genius sometimes, because people have such talent and are such geniuses, that they are tortured many times. And I think that may have been the case with Whitney Houston. She was so brilliant in her singing. And if you watched her, if you just watched her and you were a fan of talent, people who could actually sing, she would mesmerize you. And here's the interesting thing. And I will say this too, I didn't always agree with the musical choices because sometimes it was too poppy. A lot of people said she was too poppy. And I would always say, why, this is what made her rich though, singing those pop songs. That's what garnered her all the money and the acclaim. But sometimes I wanted her, and the criticism about Whitney is that people wanted her to do songs and music that had more depth, that were richer, and that was more deserving of her voice, right? And so that was it. And if that is a criticism, then that's a compliment turned around, because her voice was so amazing. People said, hey, listen, I want her to sing a song that's deserving to come out of that, to have that voice singing.
Well, you hear now, every female pop and R&B singer that is out today is compared to Whitney Houston, because like I was saying before, she is the voice. Her roots were rooted in gospel music. Her mother, Sissy Houston, a gospel singer. Her aunt, Dionne Warwick, also made a lot of great music. She is from a music family. She was brought up singing in the church, and she always said that was her favorite genre of music to sing, was gospel. And you saw that time and time again on various award shows, and when people did tributes to her, there was always a gospel singer there singing to her. Her voice was so strong, and when she came out in the 80s, I don't think anyone had ever seen, you and Larry were speaking to this too, an African-American woman with a voice like that, who was so beautiful, so strong,
and just beautiful, a mouthful of white, just beautiful teeth, the bone structure. I hate to, wax poetic about Whitney Houston, but it's true, she was a beautiful woman who was extremely talented.
Yes, absolutely. And again, I just, we're talking about this, and I can kind of hear it in your voice. I'm still pretty stunned, and it's hard to digest those words that Whitney Houston has died. But once again, CNN has confirmed this through her representative, that Whitney Houston, at the age of 48, has passed away. And the last time I think that publicly a lot of people saw her was Thursday night at the event she was at for Kelly Price, and then I think she was at another event after that. And again, our staffer saw her on Thursday evening with Clive Davis doing interviews for his
Yeah, Nichelle, are you still there? I think I lost Nichelle for a little bit. Let me just reset for our viewers here. And you're watching, I'm not sure if we're broadcasting around the world, but anyway, you're watching CNN Domestic, and I want to welcome our international viewers from all over the world. I'm Don Lemon here at the CNN World Headquarters in Atlanta, and the breaking news is that entertainer, singer extraordinaire Whitney Houston has died. Grammy Award-winning singer Whitney Houston has died at the age of 48. Her representative, Kristen Foster, has confirmed that to CNN, and we're looking at these pictures of Whitney there at her best. And Whitney, one of the all-time most selling artists of all time. And as a matter of fact, I think Whitney was in the Guinness World Book of Records at one point for her list of awards, which included 2 Emmy Awards, 6 Grammy Awards, 30 Billboard Music Awards, 22 American Music Awards, and a total of 415 career awards. That was as of 2010. Her career started, as we know, and it started in the church with her mom, Sissy Houston, of course, who was a gospel singer. And then she came from a musical family, as Nichelle Turner, our entertainment reporter, was telling us, because her aunt, Dionne Warwick, come on, everybody knows who Dionne Warwick is. So she came from a musical family. The #1 hit that she had, Saving All My Love for You, back in the 80s, it started with that. Then it was How Will I Know? Then The Greatest Love of All, and then I Want to Dance with Somebody, and then Didn't We Almost Have It All, So Emotional, Where Do Broken Hearts Go, and on and on and on. And then we had, of course, as we said, The Greatest Love of All, and then the song that became her hit, the Dolly Parton classic, Michelle, that she remade and really made into her own. And then she did movies. She did, remember, Waiting to Exhale, she was in there in the show. She did The Preacher's Wife. And then she was in the middle of a movie now. Nichelle, do we know if the Sparkle remake that she was doing, they had finished shooting, right?
Yeah, the movie has finished shooting. I'm not sure if there was a release date yet, but the movie had finished shooting. I remember hearing Jordan Sparks talk about her experience shooting this movie with Whitney Houston, and she said Whitney was like a mother to her on the set of this movie, that Whitney surrounded her with love, encouraged her, supported her, and that she was very nervous because she was shooting a movie with the Whitney Houston, the voice. But that it was a great experience for her. And Whitney also talked about how good of an experience doing this movie was. This is her first movie since, I think, Waiting to Exhale. And she talked about how wonderful it was to be back on a movie set and to be doing another movie and singing in this movie.
I think it was The Preacher's Wife, was it Waiting to Exhale, and then The Preacher's Wife was in
You're right,
1996.
absolutely.
Yeah, and I said that Dionne
You're right.
Warwick was her cousin. I didn't mean that it was not her aunt, but was a cousin. But go on, that's a small little thing. Go ahead, Michelle. All right. As I'm getting information now from my producers, I'm hearing that entertainment producer Alan Duke is on the line. Alan, you have more details about Whitney's death. What can you tell us?
Well, I just spoke with a close associate of Ray J, who has been seen on a number of occasions with Whitney in recent weeks around Los Angeles. This is coming from a close friend of Ray J, a Los Angeles hip-hop artist who goes by the name of the Original Young Buck, who I know to be close to Ray J. He told me just a few minutes ago that Ray J was with her and is the one who found her dead at the Beverly Hills Hotel, or rather the Beverly Hills Hotel. And we don't know any other details from that. I'm hoping to speak with Ray J Norwood. But that is what we're being told by Ray J Norwood, that he just spoke with him and that he has been with them. And we have no other details.
Okay. And you're saying at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, which is what used to be the old Merv Griffin Hotel, right? And
it's actually where the Clive Davis Grammy party was set, and that she was there in order to attend that party.
Yeah. And, the Beverly Hilton, if you know, Beverly Hilton, old school Hollywood. The SAG Awards were just held there a couple weeks ago. Many of the big events are held there, and a lot of people stay there. It is still, it's one of those. It's one of those hotels that you can go to and it's quiet. You don't have to be bothered if you want to go to Hollywood, if you want to be there, and still see stars. And paparazzi doesn't really show up. So she was there, presumably preparing for this Clive Davis party, Alan?
Yes. The Clive Davis party, a huge event on the eve of the Grammys. It's a who's who in the music industry, and they were gathered there, and I'm being told that she was staying there as a guest last night in order to be there for the party.
Okay, Nichelle, you had some other information you wanted to give me? Nichelle, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm actually headed to the Beverly Hilton as we speak, and I know that the information that Alan just had was that she was at the Beverly Hilton. I should be there in a matter of minutes, and as soon as I get there and get any information done, I will come back on the air and share this with you. But I am headed to the Beverly Hilton at this point.
All right, Alan, you still with me, right? Nichelle, we can hear the background from your phone, so if you don't mind, as you're on your way, can you just hang up and then we'll call you back? Because as you're talking, when your phone is up, I can't hear as well. So Alan, again, according to the person that you've been speaking to, Ray J is the one who found her at the Beverly Hilton?
The person that I talked to I know is a close associate of Ray J. I've seen them together. I know them to be close friends. And he told me that Ray J is distraught and, quote, tripping right now about what has happened. He didn't give me any details other than what I told you, that they were together. You know, if you watch the tabloids online, you've seen pictures of Whitney around Hollywood with Ray J in recent days, and that they have been together the last several nights. Now, of course, Ray J has had a reality show. Ray J is the sister of Brandy Norwood, the singer, or the brother of Brandy Norwood, the singer. And he is, of course, a singer. Now, we're not getting any other details about it, but that is what I'm being told by this person, who I know to be a very close associate of Ray J. I'm hoping to speak with Ray J soon, personally. But I have not spoken to him directly.
Yeah, I have been seeing it in some of the tabloids, and if you have seen, I saw TMZ the other day, and they had something on about Whitney and Ray J, and you know, it was actually very tongue-in-cheek. They were having a fun moment with it. I think Ray J was helping Whitney Houston get out of a car or something like that, and they were being very playful at whatever event they were going to. And they sort of insinuated a sort of May-December romance, but no one was actually sure. They weren't exactly sure if they were friends or what was going on. But according to your sources, they were actually dating?
Well, they've been together the last 4 nights, and they were together last night and this morning. At the hotel. What the nature of the relationship is, I don't know, other than the fact that they were together.
Okay.
But you know, Ray J. Norwood, of course, is infamous, if you will, for several things, including his relationship with Kim Kardashian in the early part of her fame.
Yeah. So we don't know, but what we do know is that we have lost a major star, a major talent. And that is Whitney Houston, dead at the age of 48. That's what CNN is confirming. And according to our Alan Duke, who's our entertainment reporter, entertainment producer, has said that, you know, she had been staying at the Beverly Hilton for the last several nights and in Beverly Hills preparing for Clive Davis's party tonight, and that entertainer Ray J apparently found her dead. Again, that's according to our Alan Duke. Let's go now to Dr. Drew from HLN. Dr. Drew, it's amazing to have to report this. So young, just 48 years old. And we have seen, and we know over the course of the last at least 10 years what Whitney Houston had been dealing with. But that said, we've lost a great talent.
Yeah, and as with every time I have to get on television and have this conversation, it's a reminder that people that are in the public eye are human beings. And some of them have very serious conditions, and they can be the brunt of jokes at times, but the fact is these things are potentially deadly. Now, obviously, I'm taking great liberty in assuming or even suggesting that her substance history has something to do with what happened here, but if I were a betting man, that's sort of the way it goes. Certainly she may have died of natural causes, but, you know, a reminder that these are deadly conditions and that celebrities are no different than anybody else, except that they're doing it all very publicly. This is just, I mean, my heart breaks. It's enough already. I mean, we had poor Demi sick. Thank God she's in treatment. And now Whitney's not with us. And it's really sad.
Dr. Drew, don't go anywhere. Let's listen to Whitney perform. Do we want to hear Greatest Love of All? Singing, I get so emotional. That was back in 1994. We had Greatest Love of All, if that didn't come up, but this is Whitney performing back in 1994. Dr. Drew, as you said, you know, people, they're human entertainers. They just happen to live their lives in public view many of the times, so all the trials and tribulations they go through are seen by everyone. And that was
Right.
the case with Whitney
Right.
Houston, and we don't know the cause of death, but we do know what she has been dealing with, and from her. She said that she had been dealing with it.